Good afternoon, teacher and classmates. We are group number 5 and we are going to present theme number 10 about listening and types and an example.
Good evening, Professor. My name is Evelyn Ayobi, and I'm going to talk about the factors that make listening difficult. External factors are those that influence the easy or difficulty experienced by the listener. This in turn depends on the nature of the speech, the context where it takes place, and the attitude or intention of the speaker. Richards, 1983, identifies 9 factors that make listening difficult. These factors refers to redundancy, omitting words, or suddenly contracting them to communicate information faster. Pauses, hesitations, errors in grammatical constructions, idioms, and inconsistencies between ideas, among others. What these factors have in common is that they vitiate communication and can confuse the listener. In the first example, we can see how some components of the phrase are deleted. This is for a native speaker is ununderstandable and does not cause any problem. But for someone who is just an apprentice of English, that suppression of words that give more meaning to the phrase can become a great difficulty. In the same way, the idiom present is a sample of the listening difficulties that can arise. Thank you.
Good evening, teacher. My name is Natasha Barre. I am going to talk about the types of classroom listening performance. Reactive requires little meaningful processing and focus on pronunciation. Example, repeating songs helps in acquiring new vocabulary and practicing English. Intensive. The purpose of these techniques is to focus in components of discourse and the repetition of specific elements of the language. Example, establish a relationship between a gesture and a sound to favor the learning of the phoneme. Responsive. The student's task is to process the teacher talk and respond a prepared reply. Responsive is used to elicit responses from listeners. For example, asking questions and answering is the best way.
Good evening, my name is Janina Sarabia. I'm going to talk about other part of types of classroom learning performance. Selective is used to scan long speech looking for specific information. If someone your full attention while they are speaking, it is not limited to just your words, but also includes your facial expression and body language. It is a selective way of listening. Extensive. It is used to encourage a global understanding of spoken language. For example, you can carry out activity with series or movies that you have already seen, and songs and podcasts. Preferable, they have different accents. And interactive, this can require a mix of all the other 5 performance. For example, a dialogue involving someone checking into a hotel. You can use a book for this activity.
Okay, my name is Fatima Lemi and I'm going to present the example we're going to apply, which we have decided to be the game Simon Says. This kind of game helps to develop active listening skills. It's a popular children's game that focuses on following instructions. This game is typically played in a group and requires players to listen carefully and perform actions based on the instructions given by the leader. In this case, it's teacher. Also, this game is in the type of listening. This could be the responsive, selective, or interactive. Due to this, active listening is a technique that involves fully focusing and comprehending what is being said and then responding appropriately. Also, in the context of this game, active listening is crucial because player must pay close attention to the instruction given by the teacher.
Good evening, teacher. I'm Aaron Garcia, and now with my cousin, we're gonna make a listening activity. The listening activity is something that the student understand when they listen. For example, if I told her, bring me a blue box or a blue stuff, she gonna understand what is blue. So because we learned before the vocabulary, and when she think in the color, she gonna bring it to me. So let's example. The listening activity also works to focusing on what the teacher are saying and comprehend what they are gonna do. So let's start. The Simon Says activity works better in a whole group, but for the matter of the activity, I'm gonna use just one child that I have near to me, so it's my cousin. So let's start. Simon says, "Bring me a toy." She brought me a huge toy, but it's understandable. Why I choose toy first? Because toy is something that even from the child to the youngest people, they teach them how a toy looks and how the toy is. It's a plastic or anything material toy that they can use to play. So yeah. um, Simon says, bring me something red. As I told you, she looked for something red and she brought me to me. So, bring me a red box. And she brought me a red box. She do two things. First, know what it's a box. So the box is a square in 3 dimensions, like this, and the color red, that is that color. So she relates two things in just one, and she bring it to me. So they learn vocabulary, they learn how to combine words to understand a situation. So we have another things like learn verbs, and the verbs they can learn with me doing the verb. For example, Simon says that you should jump, so she's gonna start to jump with me, and that's one verb. So another can be Simon says to sit down, so she gonna sit down with me, and that way we learn two verbs, that is jump and sit. So yeah, that's what Simon says work. We can, as you say, to engage to another things. For example, bring me. I'm pointing something behind you. Bring me that white bottle. Simon says, bring me that white bottle. Yeah. So she brought me the white bottle, and Simon says, return, it's a verb, return the white bottle. So she got what is return is. So yeah, that's the activity, teacher, and thank you for paying us attention. So thank you again, teacher, for paying us attention, and that's it.